Hi y'all, I'm Sonia. Welcome back. Hope everybody is doing fantastic today. We were just about to start editing the video for today when we realized, I don't know what happened, but we deleted our intro, the one that I had taped with my husband. So just wanted to get in here and say hi. Today my son is going to be teaching you how to make banana bread. We had a call out on Facebook of recipes that everybody wanted us to make for our midweek video, and this was one of the most highly requested one. Is what is our famous banana bread recipe from our house. I had a really good recipe, and my son has taken that recipe and perfected it and made the most beautiful banana bread ever. Like, he's taken a recipe but turned it really into an art form. So he is going to teach us today how to do his banana bread. And as y'all know, this midweek recipes are being shared with my husband's hotel. And so all of y'all, welcome. We've been thinking about each and every one of you and hope you're doing good. And if you're just a follower of the channel, also welcome. I'm so glad you're here today. So my son's going to teach us how. If there's a recipe that you want from our family, and of course, as many as you know, my husband's a professional chef. So I know that's why some of you guys are here. You're just here for the recipes. If there's something you really want us to make and you think maybe you're not friends with us on Facebook or haven't given one of us input in the video, make sure you leave it in the video description in the comment section of something that you really wanted us to make. I have a lot of ideas for my husband to do. I mean, we're gonna take advantage of him while he's still spending majority of his time at home. Who would have thought we would have had this time to be together, and so taking advantage of him so he can bring us some great recipes and share it with everybody. But we're gonna try to get to a point of, like, now midweek videos will be more of our vlogs, you know, our farm visits, my husband's recipes or family recipes, or more of the science stuff. And then on the weekend, I want to get back to what I started to begin with, is more of our fitness stuff. And I know a lot of us may have fallen off a little bit during this pandemic. And even though we're all still probably feeling super stressed, watching the news, just dealing with our own things, wondering when the world is going to come back to normal, when is there going to be a vaccine, everything else, probably still need to get back into fitness. And so on the weekends, I'm going to try to bring you more healthy recipes, some ideas of how we can get back on, getting started slowly, anything that you want about that. Maybe if you want to go into more lifting, of how I'm getting back into doing a lot more running after you've taken some time off. So midweek will be more for family vlogs, stuff like that. My husband's cooking. Weekend, we're gonna try to do a little bit more fitness, maybe some Amazon hauls, since all of us are still not getting back into the stores, or certain stores are open, certain stores closed across the United States, so I thought that'd be fun. So I hope you like this video and give it a big thumbs up for my son, and make sure you share it with your friends. Okay, let's let John hop onto it.
Hi guys, thanks for the intro. We're gonna get right to it and make some banana bread. Let's banana this bread. So first thing we're gonna do is start with the dry ingredient.
Okay, for the dry ingredients, you're gonna need 2 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. You're going to want to add this all to the bowl and lightly stir it all together until it is just blended. You don't really need to do a lot for this stage. For the wet ingredients, we'll need to do it in 2 stages. We'll have the first stage, which will be 1 1/8 cup of sugar, or about 1 cup, and 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1/2 cup of vegetable oil, and 1 egg. For the second stage, you'll need 3 really ripe bananas, as well as 2 tablespoons of buttermilk and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. We'll also need a fork and a potato masher or masher. You can use a fork, it just doesn't turn out as well. So the first thing I would do is set aside the bananas, buttermilk, and vanilla. Take the sugar, add your oil and your egg, and you're going to stir it all together until it's just one solid color. It's going to be about a creamy yellow color, and you're going to want it to not stick to the bowl. The longer you stir it, the more it won't stick. Now, after mixing it for a couple minutes, it's going to be kind of a yellow tan color. You're wanting it to be all one color. It won't really stick to the bowl. So now you're going to take your bananas, your buttermilk, and your vanilla. You put it all in the bowl and mash it together with your masher. You really need to be extra careful. You don't splash this anywhere in the beginning, but you really want to go at it and make sure that all of the bananas are mashed. You're looking for the size of peas. Any larger and it just won't taste very good in the bread. There'll be pockets of banana and it won't cook well. The other thing you need to know is what the consistency you're looking for, which is kind of gross, is the consistency of kind of like a gelatinous snot. I know it sounds gross, but just trust me, this is the process and it works every time. Once it's completely mashed and stirred up together, you'll take your dry ingredients and you'll add your sugar, egg, oil mixture. It should scrape off the bowl pretty easily, and if not, make sure you mix it again. It needs to be well mixed so that when it goes into the flour, it is one mixture. Then just give it a light stir. Once you have it all stirred together, you'll want to add in your banana mixture. Make sure you get it all in there. And once it's all added, you will stir it all together until it's well combined. You want to make sure that there are no pockets of flour or anything left over in there, because if you have anything left in there, you will see it in your bread and you will see pockets of flour. If you overmix it though, it's not a problem. It might be a little tougher. The other thing you need to know when baking is baking comes from the heart. If you're not doing this for love, then you really shouldn't be baking. If you're baking a loaf out of anger, it will be much tougher than all your other loaves. So please make sure that you're treating everything you've done so far with love. And it should look something like this. Now you're going to take a glass loaf pan and you're going to hit it with a little bit of cooking spray. Not too much because it will make it not rise as well. The batter does use the sides of the loaf pan to kind of rise up and grow. So be careful also here so that you don't have any spill over. If you do, it's okay. Just make sure you wipe it off, because if you don't, I've learned that it kind of makes a burnt spot and it makes your oven kind of smell, and the whole loaf smells like burnt loaf. So just be careful. Now, before I did all this, I did pre-cut some walnuts. You don't have to do this, but really I think this is what makes the bread. You take your walnuts, you chop it up. You need about a handful, which is around a half a cup, but sometimes I do all the way up to a cup. Really just depends on your liking. And you're going to kind of want to spread it. This is what gives it that really nice artiste look, as my mom jokingly says. And really make sure that you get everything. If you have any bits, you can always put them in there. And as it rises, really, this is what makes it look pretty. So really arrange it well. Now, you're going to take your loaf over to the oven. Make sure to be careful and don't hurt yourself. See my little run through the kitchen. There we go. Set that down. We're on 325 preheated. I'm going to put it in the center rack. We're just going to set it there. This is going to go for about an hour and 15 minutes at 325. Once an hour and 15 minutes is gone, we'll come back. We're going to bring a skewer or a knife, whatever you have handy. You're just going to jab it in there. And once it's been jabbed in, you're going to want to look to see if there's anything on it. So as you can see, there's one little nut stuck to it. It's a little blurry, but I know that there's nothing on the stick. I don't see anything, so it's time to pull it out. Once it gets to this stage, you're going to want to pull it out and be extra careful you don't burn yourself. I have to set you down for a minute. Sorry about that. Oh hey, look at that. It's our air fryer video that I just did recently. It's hand-cut fries in the air fryer. You should go give it a watch. Alright, now that the loaf's out of the oven, it should look golden brown, the nuts on top. If it starts falling in the center right away, that means it's not ready and you need to put it back in. You're going to need to let this cool though. If you try to eat it right out of the oven, it'll be kind of soft and soggy and won't be very good. So let it sit for a little while. Now I'll hand you all back to past me to take care of you and wrap up the video. Okay, so now that we have baked it off, we have one from earlier that we baked earlier, and this is the one from just now. It's still pretty warm. So what you want to do is turn it out after it's cooled, and it should just pop out like that.
Beautiful.
And what you want to do is go like this, and then just be careful and slice it off. And it's good toasted with a little bit of butter, and it's just nice. Well, thank you so much for joining me today in this baking adventure, and I hope you give it a try. I'll leave the recipe in the description below. Make sure to hit the subscribe and the thumbs up, and hit the bell notification icon and hit it to all so you know when we're posting everything. I hope you have a nice day, and thanks for watching.